here at Maxwell Park. Looks like May 9th, 11:25 a.m. Because they're complaining about her property there. I think they're giving her a hard time for being out here with their property. Now this is park is open right now, so I don't know what the big deal is about her being here with her property. I mean, as you can see, park's pretty empty right now, so what's the big deal? And the thing is, there's not a lot of shelter in Anaheim for the homeless. We've been trying to get a couple ladies out of this park into shelter just recently, and unfortunately CityNet came out about a week ago and was still not able to get them any kind of housing. So I don't know. Hopefully they don't give her a ticket or anything like that. Hello. Are you able to help these people? Well, I've been trying to get CityNet out here to help all the time.
They don't want CityNet.
Oh, they don't?
No, they don't want CityNet. In fact, they don't want to go to a shelter. Do you know of somewhere that will take them, that they'd want to go?
I have to talk to him. Yeah, I can pass. Yeah.
What's your name?
Josh.
Josh?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Collins.
Josh Collins? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, we're not able to get through. They don't want drug rehab, they don't want shelter. In fact, we have open beds right now at Kramer.
Oh, you do?
And they don't want to go. So maybe, I don't know, you're out here all the time, right?
Yeah, I can talk to
them. Maybe you can talk to them and
sure.
see if there's something you can do for them.
Yeah. Maybe there's some other options.
Because the problem is, like, school district, they call, obviously, it's right 2 feet from their parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, they're scared because there's kids that use this playground. You know, and they're, you know, sometimes drug use out here. There's needles out here in the park. Obviously, we can't have kids that close to that kind of stuff. And they're out here storing their property when we have storage facilities. So all they've got to do is call CityNet, and CityNet will store this stuff for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe try talking to them and see if they'll listen to you. They definitely won't listen to us.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. But yeah, we just had, there's actually another lady too, Darcy. They're probably more open to shelter. I think. I don't know if you've seen them over there in that area.
We can make an effort. Yeah.
Yeah, because they just came out Wednesday to talk to them, but they're still out here. So they're willing to go to the shelter, but they guess they didn't have bed space or whatever. But
we can probably get it.
Yeah, there's two ladies. Yeah, Darcy. It's Darcy and then her daughter.
Darcy.
Yeah, and then they have a grandson too. But hopefully they.
Talking to them.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
But
I know that people will respect that too, but they leave with us at night.
Oh, sure, I know. Yeah, you gotta have to. That's the thing is with the property is.
And we went
a lot of times they need this stuff with them. That's why they keep it. But
I mean, do they really need, you know,
I'm fixing the cart.
bike parts?
I just took those off, Joshua.
You know, there's a lot of stuff here that one could argue that is really not necessary, and it's more trash than anything.
When I went to the facility for storage, they said they didn't have any more storage room. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's hard. You don't have a car or something. It can be tough.
It hooks to the bikes and it goes.
I understand it's a tough situation. I get it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like
we're offering the help and they're not wanting it.
Up until yesterday, I kept the wheelchair for Darcy.
In fact,
got a new one yesterday.
Well, so you don't want to go to Kramer?
No, I'm trying to get Bruno back. I mean, I can't take Bruno to Kramer.
Well, they have a dog facility for dogs.
Because of his injuries, they're not gonna.
Well. Well.
I have no problem talking to CityNet. I talk to them every time they come out. Everybody else runs to them. I stay and talk to them.
Maybe
I don't have a problem talking to them.
Maybe Wise Place, huh?
That's for girls only. It's for females only.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving my boyfriend and I'm not leaving my dog. You know that much. I've seen her fighting to get him back.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
When is the dog going to be back?
I have to call today again because they had to clear the report. They've cleared it now. Julie, because she's the rescue lady that gave it to me, is going to be here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to go down to the vet and try to get him back.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
But they harass me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish that
I don't want to talk to CityNet again. I've talked to them a million times.
Yeah.
The cops just ride right by us. These are the only two that have ever stopped and said anything. He just put the blankets up so I could lay down.
I understand.
I wasn't feeling well. They don't understand, Joshua.
I know it. I'm trying to help him. Yeah, it's I think maybe can you possibly give him a little more time just so she can get her dog back and then.
Well, so here's the problem, right? I've talked to these people. Is it okay if I share with him what kind of contact? We've talked to them at like Schweitzer Park.
Yeah.
Right. They had even more stuff than this, both of them, right? And so the citizens call. We don't come out here just because we like picking on calls. People. We're not picking on anybody. In fact, I'm out here to help these people.
Yeah.
But we got residents complaining. Here we have school district people complaining because look, they're 2 feet from a parking lot. You know, they're worried about these people. They're worried about the kids, etc. Right? So it's like, what do you do if you're me? We can't just leave this here because technically they're in violation of the law.
Then I'll pick it up.
For start, they're covering 27 feet by 27 feet of the park with their property.
Yeah,
that's almost 300 square feet of just space that they're just taking up.
Yeah,
if they had blankets and they're just taking a nap, that's a whole different story. Anybody can use a park like that, but you can't use the park to store property, and that's where it becomes a violation.
Well, the tough part for her, I think she's in a relationship with her boyfriend and the dog, and that's what makes it hard for her to take just herself into a shelter. So it's
But how is that now the school district's fault?
Oh no, it's not.
How is that anybody else's fault?
No, it's not.
At some point, there's gonna be.
Yeah.
Some give and take.
I can try to look into some more options and see if I can come up with something.
What would you do if you were us for now?
Try to find other options that Maybe
what?
that would work for all 3 of them. I'd have to go look. I mean, I can even go look right now at the library and try to figure something out for us.
But they don't want to go.
Well, I think that she would if.
Where would you go, Leanne?
If there's a place for me and my boyfriend and my dog to go, yeah, I'm not
That's
gonna
what she
separate
wants.
from my family.
You don't have
And
your
that's
dog.
what yeah, my dog will be back today. He got brutally stabbed at the other part by gang members.
So at Kramer, you can leave and come back. You can leave and come back.
She's saying that the dog. She doesn't think the dog will be able to stay there, but I don't see. Maybe they could let the dog be there though. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know why not. Why not?
Why do you think that they wouldn't let the dog
Because
there?
my dog was brutally stabbed. My dog has injuries. He's still recovering.
But why would Kramer not allow that?
Yeah. Are you sure that they wouldn't let
Not
it?
all dogs
This is
get
what we're
along.
gonna do, Leanne. CityNet's gonna come out and they're gonna talk to you because they could probably get more answers for you than we can.
I think if we could find out what the shelter says about the injured dog, if they can take the injured dog, we got to find that out.
Would you go if they could take the injured dog?
You can go, yeah. I'm not leaving my family. That's
Okay.
my family.
That's the key. If we can get that
That's all I have
injured
is
dog
two.
in there, they should be cool.
And if
sick as
not,
it is, and that's
if
all I
not,
have is
let's
my
try-
the problem is
family,
we
and I
can't
refuse.
just let them store their property out.
Then I'll take.
Well,
I'll
let's
leave
try.
the
Let's see
park
if
with it then.
I don't see why they wouldn't let the dog be there though. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
This is stuff beyond my control. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Can we
Kramer.
call them? Can you call
We're
Kramer?
gonna have CityNet come out.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Are they
But at
coming
the
right
end of the day, if
Yeah.
they don't allow it,
well, this is
Then
the
I'll
thing.
take my
what
stuff to
what are,
James's.
what are we gonna do with all this
And I'll
stuff?
just-
Well,
go
this
without
this
my
is the
phone.
thing with that property law. It should apply to everybody. A lot of times people can have their big parties and tables and chairs
Yeah.
out here, and they have a
They
right to have their
Dude, we had
property.
a big old
So it's kind of
canopy bed out here
selectively
yesterday,
enforced.
nobody
That's
said nothing to them.
that's what's not fair about
And
that
they're
law.
drinking in the park.
Yeah, if they did the same thing to everybody, but they don't.
Well, we're out here because of a call for.
I understand. I understand. Yeah.
We're out here because citizens have complained.
But no,
I don't
sure.
know that anybody complains about people using the park
But let's say.
for
But
its
they're drinking
purpose.
But let me ask you this though: if I call the police and say, hey, they're storing property out here, they got their tables, their chairs, and all this, would you ticket them and take,
Well, we'd
their
have
stuff?
to. We'd have to. The law is
Like
the law is the
they've
law,
been
right?
called for them
I-
people a million
But
times.
have you called for that?
I wouldn't. 'Cause I'm okay with it.
But people call for this.
Yeah.
And then so we have to come.
Yeah.
We come when residents complain. That's what we're here for. We
Yeah.
don't just arbitrarily come through the parks and like, oh, look, a homeless guy. Let's
understand.
talk to them. We don't do that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you applied that law to everyone in the park, there'd be so many people getting tickets and, you know what I mean? 'Cause people that bring their
But we come as a
equipment in and
result
things.
of calls for service.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you call because there's people barbecuing and they are storing their chairs
Yeah.
to sit in,
Yeah.
it's a little different. Like if Leanne had a chair and she's sitting in it, well, that's not really storing property because she's using a chair to sit in. It's a little different than storing bike parts, taking apart bike, a cooler,
The bike
a wheelchair. Like they're not disabled, right?
Right, but
So we're
Miss
storing a
Darcy
wheelchair.
wasn't. She just
We're
got a
storing
new
a
one
trailer. We're
yesterday.
storing 2 bikes. There's
Yeah.
a bike over there. There's another trailer.
2 bikes.
There's
One
pots
bike.
and
That's
pans.
one bike,
There's
sir.
a bike wheel. There's
Yeah.
a teddy bear. There's another little
Yeah.
red cart. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a little more in depth than just like a guy barbecuing sitting in his chair.
Well, yeah. But normally, I've seen big parties. A lot of it, more than this stuff. I've seen have big parties over here. So, it's to me, it's
Yeah, they
selectively
put canopies
enforced.
up
What,
so
here-
you can't.
I mean, think about this. If someone's speeding, you don't have to get a call of service. You give them a ticket right when they're speeding by you, right?
That's correct. But for stuff like this,
Yeah.
we don't. Like
I understand
come
you're-
around,
I understand you're not
we'll
looking
come
out
around
for it.
and like offer outreach.
Yeah,
right.
that's
And
great.
offer resources,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We don't go around just like, oh, there's a camping
Sure.
violation. I'm gonna
That's great.
take that person
That's
to
great
jail.
to hear.
We don't do that.
Yeah, that's
Like,
great to hear. Yeah.
I know it's probably opposite of what you think we do, but honestly, we don't do that.
Sure.
We literally come for calls for
Hey, is your
service.
dog a
I understand.
service dog?
We respond to
He
Anaheim
did it to me.
anytime.
He doesn't have his
You know what
license
Anaheim
yet.
Yeah.
anytime is, right?
Yeah.
We respond to Anaheim anytime, and we
Mhm.
respond
So he doesn't
to
have the paperwork
citizen
yet.
complaints
Not
that come
yet,
into
no.
the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things
He
come
was
into the
going
mayor's
through
office.
it.
Sure.
And that's how these complaints come in. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're not here because we're arbitrarily just
Yeah.
arrested.
Well, if we can
picking
get
on
that
homeless
dog,
people for camping.
I think the key is if we can get that dog in the shelter, that
But
would,
let's think of Plan B.
yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it on you guys to think of Plan B because I don't want to take these people to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're refusing to leave, then I'm gonna have to.
Mhm.
And if they're refusing to take their property somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
it
I'll
can be
take my-
stored in a
I'll take my
lawful
property.
place,
I'll call
like
police.
through CityNet, then I'm
call
gonna have to take these people to jail.
Well, why would you take them to jail just for the storage
Well,
of property?
they're violating a law right now. They're violating a law.
Hey,
Tie your shoes.
right now, Kramer's field for the pets, unless they're a service dog,
Mm.
and it's not a service dog.
Why didn't you make it a service dog?
We were
So,
trying. My
but
dog
we
was
could get them in the
stabbed.
courtyard.
Oh, with all
3 of 'em.
everything? Hey, how about that? Courtyard? All 3 of you? Everything?
Where's that?
It's
Santa
in
Ana.
Santa Ana.
Oh, over at Civic Center?
It's
No, no.
it's the old bus place.
And this is the dilemma that we face. It's like, I want to help these people, but they don't want the help.
Well,
you can't stick everybody together.
it's hard
places.
because I mean, a lot of people wouldn't want to live there that aren't there currently, right? It's a situation where when you're cooped up with a lot of different people, it's not as private and not as secure, and there's sometimes dangers. There's people that have gotten attacked over there, I know, and things. So
our dog just got stabbed in Schweitzer Park.
it's true.
Right,
It's
so
true.
So you can't tell, and you
got
got a cracked rib from it. So you can't
That's
tell me
it.
that
And
the
that's why
courtyard
we're
is
not
less
there.
safe than living out in a park.
I think they're about to do it for him. You want me to move you all?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I wish there was more options.
I think you should also. There are options.
I know.
I've
There's
got an option for. Look,
more private, secure options
Yeah.
would be.
look at.
We were
I'm not a
thinking-
millionaire,
yeah.
and I understand that, right? So I can't go live in a mansion. I can't buy a mansion. I can't rent a mansion. I can't afford probably 2 nights in a mansion.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand that. Okay. Right now they're living in a park. Okay. You can't expect to be put up at the Hilton. Right? There are steps to that.
Mhm.
Right? Maybe the first step is a homeless shelter, an emergency homeless
That's a
shelter.
good point.
And then the next step
maybe-
is a permanent supportive housing.
Yeah.
And then the next step after that is an apartment.
Yep.
But you don't just jump from living in
Sure.
a park to going into an apartment. That's just not the way it
That's
works.
that's a good point. Maybe they could move her into something better
R-
from
and,
that.
and they do. But the first step is getting into Kramer
Yeah.
or getting into the courtyard
Yeah.
or one of these steps.
Yeah. Let me
maybe
ask her
maybe
about
getting
that.
their drug
They
problem.
have to show some effort too.
Let me ask her
You know
about
what
that.
I'm
Maybe
Yeah.
they need to get their drug problem taken care of because maybe that's a big hindrance to them getting off the streets. You know, but do they want to get clean? Right?
Yeah.
I can't force them to get
Sure,
clean.
that is a problem.
You
for
can't
some.
force them to get clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to want to get clean.
Yeah.
And they don't right now. So
Leanne?
I don't know what the answer is.
What
Man.
do you think about, because the courtyard, if they can transition you from the courtyard to something better, I mean, it might be a temporary fix right now. Would you be guys okay with that maybe?
Is CityNet coming?
And if they don't, huh?
I'll go down there later today and see what's going on down there because that's where the area where the guy that stabbed my dog lives.
Oh, really?
Yes, he lives right there in San Ana.
Oh.
Are they gonna come?
That's my home.
Yeah, 30 minutes out.
Okay.
She just said that the guy that stabbed her dog lives in that area, I guess.
So, where at the courtyard?
Yeah.
In that area?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Apparently her dog was stabbed here in Anaheim.
Well, there's 2 different gangs, and one of the gangs was in Santa Ana that was involved.
Yeah, I talked to Jessica. There's no openings with the dog.
Okay.
With the dog. But they can get him into.
But she doesn't have a dog right now. That's the thing.
She's getting it though, I think, pretty
I don't
soon.
think that dog is ready to come out yet. It sounds like the dog's got some medical issues.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure when it's.
And I think maybe she thinks that the dog is ready to come out. I don't think it is.
Could be, I don't know. Yeah. Leanne, when is the dog coming out?
Huh?
When is that dog coming out, or do you know?
Today, hopefully.
Today, hopefully?
It's clear. He can come home.
Oh, okay.
That dude's so rude. I hate that. What do you need to grab?
So here would be my suggestion, right? Let's get him into Kramer today, and then let's worry about the dog tomorrow or the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
let's get stable.
Something.
Let's get stable first, and then let's worry about the dog tomorrow or the next. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
why do we need to have the dog first?
Yeah.
It's not a service dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I have a dog at home. I love that dog, right?
Mhm.
But if I'm homeless,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? Sorry, Ace. Daddy's got to take care of
Yeah,
himself.
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Now, but I understand, but it's not
Mhm.
a service dog, right? So she
Mhm.
doesn't. It's not it's not necessary for her to have the dog.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get him into Kramer. Let's get stable, and
Mm-hmm.
let's worry about the dog tomorrow
Yeah.
or the next day when it's
Yeah.
ready,
Yeah.
right? Because it's probably not good for the dog to be out on the streets anyways. If
Mhm.
if it just got stabbed,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It's probably not healthy.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that or no?
I think that as a man, I think like you. You know, if I was on the street, part of my ministry work, I chose to be on the street for over 10 years. And I wouldn't be. I traveled light and didn't have a dog or none of that kind of stuff. It's just too much to deal with. So, but you know, different people got different issues, and you know, relationship with their animals is more important for some people.
Sure.
You know, so.
But I get
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
the dog's not here right now.
I understand,
So
yeah.
what is stopping her from going to Kramer right now? Now
Yeah.
she can exit Kramer at any time she wants. She can leave the courtyard anytime
Yeah.
she wants.
Yeah.
Right. So if she wants to leave Kramer to go be with the dog on the streets, okay.
Yeah.
But right here, right now,
Mm-hmm.
what would you rather do? Be ticketed for storing
sure.
property in
Yeah,
public,
I
or
get
let's
it.
go to Kramer?
Yeah, I get
Let's
your
just-
side of the point there. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if you. It's a little harder to work with some people though, but maybe I don't. I'd like to see though if Kramer can take the dog. Is there any way we can contact the Kramer and ask if they'll take the dog as it is? If
Yeah, CityNet's coming. They're going to be here in
they'll
20,
answer
30
that.
minutes.
Okay. Yeah, because
So
we'll
get those answers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key. If we get that cleared, then we should have boom, no problem.
Right.
So,
And then after that, we'll go and talk to those other folks.
that'd be great. Yeah, I'm really hoping to get them. Man,
What's their story?
I've known them for years, and they're
Do they wanna
nice folks. And yeah, they just went to City Hall with me. I took them to City Hall to speak. You know, I speak at City Hall all the time, and yeah, they went there. And Darcy's his grandmother, the daughter, and then the son of the daughter. They're all on the street together. You know, but anyway, the grandmother went with me to speak.
And they'll go today.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm 99% sure. The only thing is, if the grandson can't be with them, that might be an issue. But hopefully, they could take all three of them. You know.
Do they have custody of the grandson?
I'm assuming the mom does. But I think the grandson he might be over 18.
Well, either way, we'll go and make an effort.
Yeah. Maybe I can go with you.
I mean, do you see how much,
Yeah.
in your opinion, be honest.
Yeah.
Is this too much property?
Personally, for me, as a, the thing is, if I was not the type that would try to cook things outdoors or, but it seems like they're doing that, right? So that's kind of why they have more stuff than I would have.
But but even just that one cart alone, what on that cart is probably not necessary.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably some things.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure there's some things that maybe aren't necessary, but I think it's a lot less than what most people have in their homes. They probably slimmed down as much as they could, but they're probably attached to certain things. But it's not like to me, a huge.
Do you think this is stuff that could go into storage that they don't need?
I'm sure some of it could.
Probably all that stuff on that cart is not necessary to be out here.
Yeah, I'm sure some of
that stuff in storage by CityNet.
I'm sure some could.
But that's the problem we face as cops, right? Because we're out here offering this stuff.
Yeah.
CityNet has the ability to do it for them.
Yeah.
But yet they're still out here just storing it in the park instead of storing it in a facility.
Well, the thing is, I think too, the transportation, it's hard for them to get back and forth to the storage, and sometimes it's not open to access all the time.
We can do that. We can help with that.
They can be accessed pretty easy
We have
all the
code
time.
enforcement trucks that can be out here. They can put this property in storage for them.
But as far as accessing it, like if let's say they want to go tomorrow to get it after they've stored it, is it difficult?
To beach and ball? To walk over?
Oh, is that what that's the one you're talking about? Okay. Is it
not far from here.
So there's still space there for the property.
Yeah, they gotta make an appointment through City.
Okay. And how often can they get into that facility? Is it twice a day or?
It's twice a day.
Okay.
In fact, probably, to be honest, if they just made an appointment with CityNet, they could probably go anytime.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to go check that. I haven't got a chance to get over there yet, but I'd like to check that facility
But
out.
all this stuff could be easily, they don't need that bike. They don't need this stuff.
Yeah, there's some. I'm sure there's some things that maybe they don't.
But then it's an eyesore for everyone else to have to look at in the park. And this is different than your barbecue scenario where people are there with their chairs. Wouldn't you agree that it's kind of a different scenario?
It's different type of property, but it's still property. So if I look at the laws written, both are legal. So that's the thing. That's why I see selective enforcement.
What kind of property are you talking about with these barbecues?
I've seen them come out doing big fiestas and all kinds of tables other than the tables that are here and chairs.
Talking about maybe 20, 30 people, not 2.
Well, yeah. Regardless, though, still it's property. Property is property. If you've got property out here, according to the law, you're not supposed to have all that property out here. So it's same deal. Plus, yeah.
I mean, we probably see differently on that a little bit because people that are coming out and actively using a table to set stuff on to eat off, that's not really storing property. Storing property is having a whole cart full of stuff you're not using sitting over there in the corner.
Yeah.
Storing property is having a bike that's torn apart. That you have zero use for that bike right now in the park, right? There's no use for that bike. You can't ride it. It's apart. But these barbecuers have tables out, and they're using these tables to set stuff on, to eat off, chairs to sit in.
Well, the funny thing is
different.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't even think you're supposed to have other alternative barbecue units other than what's
I think there are some AMC laws. I don't know exactly what they are as far as barbecuing.
Yeah, and also I've seen people come out here and they have amplified music, which I know they're not supposed to do that. So I see violations of law
but is
from
this
them
stuff
too.
that people call on?
I doubt it.
Right.
Just,
so
yeah.
So if you're concerned about that,
I'm not. And no, this has nothing to do with me complaining about them. I'm just saying though, I see it's like No,
But-
these people are doing the same
but
thing.
just understand, Josh, that if there's issues, if people are having issues with this stuff,
Yeah.
we will come out and we'll deal with it. But if no one calls about it,
No,
then we don't know it's happening.
I don't have an issue
No,
with
but
it.
you're using that as an example of like, well, you're out here, but you're not out here. Well, we're out here because of a call.
Yeah.
We're out here because the school district people are complaining about this.
Yeah,
It's not us
Yeah.
complaining. I care. I don't live in Anaheim.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. This is not bugging me.
Yeah.
It's bugging residents and people who are working next to me.
Yeah.
Okay. The barbecue stuff, I don't know that it's happening because nobody calls.
Yeah.
So unless somebody calls, we'll come out and deal with it.
Yeah.
But absolutely, we'll address the law, and it'll be even across the board. If they're violating our unlawful storage of property, we'll address it. If they're having their music too loud, causing a disturbance,
Yeah.
right? But someone has to be a victim of that disturbance. It's got to be bugging somebody.
Yeah.
So if there's loud music in the middle of the woods, right, and it's not bugging anybody, is it against the law? Well, it's not bugging anybody. So these loud,
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is just call and we'll come address it.
Yeah. But I mean, how have they harmed anybody today? I mean, as far as being here.
These school district personnel have called our command staff complaining about this.